Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I've got a bit of tidying up to do. I haven't been see, I haven't spoken. I have spoken. I haven't been in here since our last reading, so all the cards are still here. Let's put them away. Are we like picking up from where we left off? Where did we leave off? What did we leave off? Okay. I've got a bit of an itchy leg. Anyway. Good evening, everybody. I noticed the time was 20:02. So 20 being the Judgment card and 2 being the High Priestess. So I felt the energy of Judgment faces the High Priestess. Yeah. Judgment faces the High Priestess, not the other way round. It's not the High Priestess faces Judgment. Judgment now faces the High Priestess. Lots of sirens. Lots of sirens, like a lot, lately. My daughter said that about midnight there were sirens, that I didn't hear them. 2 sirens, lots of sirens, but it sounded like one of them actually like crashed into something. I don't know. It didn't involve me. I wasn't even aware of it until I was told. It's like, don't allow things that don't concern you to concern you. If it's not happening immediately to you, directly to you. Right, we've got I'm sorry. So this energy of Judgment facing the High Priestess. Someone's scared about being judged, so they're apologising. Okay. What's coming through is all you have to do is say I'm sorry. Do you know what you're sorry about though? It's pointless just saying I'm sorry if you haven't like learnt the lesson. I'm just saying, I'm not judging. But by saying, are we judging? I don't know. Maybe by not saying, we're just keeping our opinions to ourselves, our beliefs to ourselves. Opinions, beliefs. One box. What's that card? Action. You have the courage to express the unique loving colours of your soul. Oh, look at my hair standing up on end. Action. Where's the box to this, please? That sacred destiny was kind of hiding under the lid. I'll show you what's going on here. Sacred destiny's hiding under the power of love. Alright, we can use these cards. Mother Mary, or we keep you out as well. What else? Okay, I think we can maybe keep out the cards. It doesn't look so disastrous now. I've had a little tidy up. So if we're like, if I'm taking it back to like us picking up where we left off, was it quite a disastrous energy? To be honest with you, I don't really remember what the story was, not in detail. I'd have to seriously think hard to recall what that message was, because I don't allow it to concern me. If we've allowed the energy just time to... I said it looks a lot better now that it's not... I've had a tidy up. It's not looking so disastrous. So should we have a look on the cards? I feel there's a really good energy in the air. I've been sneezing so much. They're blessings, you know. Proper deep sneezes. You know the ones. Really felt. A proper sneeze. I don't know why we've got Grumpy Donald today. I did open the cupboard because I was like, oh, don't tell me I'm going to have to take Grumpy. Grumpy Donald with me. And I chose not to choose another card. It was like, okay, we're going to use this one. Right. I'm sorry. So sorry. Let's have a look at these random cards. Because it could be quite random, you know, just to say to someone, I'm sorry. And they say, what are you sorry about? I mean, you're going to have to come up with an answer, aren't you? Not, well, I'm just sorry. So maybe even they're not sure what you're apologising about. I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. Okay, this is hard. And conflict. Obsession and Oracle. Okay. Let me just push the doors. Cherish. An obsession here with the Oracle. That would be the High Priestess energy. Because I felt like judgment was facing the High Priestess. Should cherish the High Priestess. Very intuitive. Very in touch. So it's hard to say sorry. But there is this obsession that you have with the Oracle. I feel like I have this coating on my teeth. Well, I feel like I've got lipstick on my teeth, but I haven't. Maybe it just feels like a dry mouth. You know I wasn't going to come on again. I'm here. Do you know why I'm here? Because of a fly and a bee. That's why I'm here. I was in the ladies' room earlier, and there was a fly sitting on the side of the bathtub, giving me all this, talking, his little legs. And then I went outside, and it was like the guys that pointed out, what's that behind you? Is it a bee? And I looked over this shoulder and I couldn't see it. I looked over this shoulder and I could see it. And again, this bee was doing. I said, I think they're saying that I'd like a reading. Because then I was taken to the sign that says, please. Because I'd said to the guys, I can't really be bothered to do a reading. It's like, what an attitude. But Jamie said to me, if you don't feel like you need to do one, I said, I don't really ever feel like I need to do one. I like doing readings. It's a good outlet for me. Here we are. The power of love. And what did I notice? The power of love. The sacred destiny was inside the lid of the power of love, was inside the power of love. That makes sense. Your sacred destiny lies within the power of love. These are activation cards. Are you ready to be activated? Cause and effect. You are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. I think you're aware of this now. Okay, we talk about it a lot on the channel. The law of attraction, we talk about it in general. Have you been studying? That's what I done yesterday. A Course in Miracles. Well, about 3 hours worth. No, I think it's about 2 hours and 40 minutes. And then, no, I got up to over 3 hours. A Course in Miracles. And I listened to it this morning. So, yeah. I think I'm up to about 4 hours into it now. It went through my mind, I'm not coming back on until I've done this course. It's like it's 11 hours. I thought 2 hours a day was a nice amount to like dedicate to it. I shared it on the community tab and on the Facebook channel of Love Training Academy with a little video that I watched first regarding the lady who was the channeler and her trying to explain that it's not so much a voice that you hear. Anyway, cause and effect. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's a law of physics in this physical dimension. Okay. Today, I'm going to tell you like what I've noticed today because I chuckled. So my daughter, my youngest daughter, the daughter that brought round her friend from work the other day, because she wanted me to do her friend a tarot reading. I told you guys about that. So today I see my daughter, and she's got some like really like some good reduced items that she can get her hands on. So she's kind of sending pictures, and anyway, she's at work, and then she comes to see me after work, and she's like, "I've got goodies for you." And she brings me chocolate and Monster Munch, and it's like it's Christmas. All these goodies, and then she said to me, and these were her words, which I thought was quite interesting, because she went home, and then I finished work, and I got a message saying, "Don't stray on your way home, as I've got another surprise for you." I thought, "Ooh, I like surprises." "Oh, I've got another goodie for you." "Oh, surprise?" Could be a surprise, maybe the wording was. And I get home, and she's like out the door, but who it is her friend, another friend. And I used to work with this lovely girl, so it's so lovely to see her. And so I give her a hug and everything, and I end up doing her a tarot reading. But right at the end as well, when she was just about to go, I'm like, "Do you want me to pull you some cards?" And she goes, "Oh, I love this. I love..." And in my mind, I'm thinking, why don't you just ask? You could just say, "Lucy, would you do me a reading?" It's like, many people don't ask, really. And I'm always like kind of willing, especially like if I'm like with them. But I'm not sure what that's about. And so it kind of clocked, okay, my daughter's bringing home people for me to help. But what I noticed before, because I don't need tarot cards, I like tarot, but it's all, I suppose, well, for one, shall we say, like, sometimes things, I was going to say inner knowledge, inner knowing, because sometimes things come out that, you know, afterwards I think, well, that sounded good, didn't it? I don't know where that come from, but that made sense, that sounds good. So the words just channel out. But then obviously I've done a lot of research and reading, and it's all in there. Quotes. I told her about a young boy, I think I told you guys as well, who had come in, purchased something, gone out, and had to come back in the shop. But he left his mum outside, and like I gave him like a saying, shall we say that, a quote, or something good you can use. And he said, "I'm going to use that." So, but she done exactly the same. But I just told her this story, and then she went on to do it. She kind of got her phone and said, "What are you doing?" She went, "I'm going to write that down. I like that." But some of them weren't even like quotes. It was just things that I was saying. But the first one was, "Don't give your man a reason to look elsewhere, to leave you." She don't like that. I said, "Well, you know what, you know, being a feminine, a divine feminine, because she knows all about divine feminines and divine masculines, divine feminines. She knows about my channel." And so that was one that she wrote down. I can't remember the exact wording, but it was like, "Don't give your husband or boyfriend reason to leave, to look elsewhere." Hi, Roma. Now, can I think of the other ones that she wrote down? I think it was something along the lines, it was like, "You're going to live this life anyway, so why not live it in joy?" I like that. I was like, okay. And there was another, oh, this is fine. Okay, let's get back to this, because I said to her, "You need to write down E plus R equals O. Ero." Okay, I learnt this from the book Sumo, which stands for Shut Up and Move On. So he uses this, is it an equation? Because people think, you know, you have the event that takes place, and then there's an outcome. But it's all E plus R is the event plus your response to the event equals the outcome. So just, she wrote that down. So it was kind of like this before I even done a tarot reading. When she left, I said to her, I think them quotes were quite enough for you. I said, yeah. Okay, so for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's a law of physics in this physical dimension. There is also a universal law of cause and effect. The circumstances you are living in at this exact moment are a direct result of all the thoughts that you have created. Thoughts are real. They are made up of energy, colour and density, designed and propelled by your intention. The universe, in turn, will perfectly respond to the thought energy you have created. If you desire a life full of love, happiness and abundance, you must be mindful of your thoughts, because you are the director of your destiny. Think of yourself as a magnet, attracting to you what you send out. It is imperative that your thoughts be of a high vibration, because the energy... Okay, this part. It's important that your thoughts will be of a high vibration, because the energy of judgment and condemnation will find its way back to you. What you sow, you will reap. So make it a daily practice to monitor your thoughts and let love be your guide. Cause and effect. Your sacred destiny. Cause and effect. Let's get a card from your sacred destiny. Yeah, I felt a bit nervous about, depends what mindset you're in on, really, on what card comes out. Because that's what you're going to create for yourself, isn't it? Okay. Don't be hard on them, Lucy. I'm not. It's been nice to do some personal readings. And what was even nicer is after this, Jamie just picked up the tarot cards. He gave himself a reading, he gave Megan a reading, and he gave me a reading. He was actually going to put the cards away, and he went, let's have a look and see what's on the cards for you, Lucy. How nice. Release. What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know that I got it. All I'm asking for is a little respect, just a little bit, yeah, baby. When you get home. Release. Autumn light. The cooler days and change of colour in the leaves mark the seasonal change from summer to autumn. The bracing wind wildly flings the red, orange and yellow leaves from the trees as they spiral to the dampened dark earth. So interesting. Because as Jamie was pulling cards at one point, I can't remember what he said, but he picked up on it. Because he said, as I said that, these cards just went flying in the wind. I thought they were going to go over the neighbour's wall, over the fence. And literally the cards just went, it's like, whoa. Okay. Lingering sunshine filters through the canopy of vividly coloured leaves, creating an autumnal glow. And in the great cycle of life, fall is the time of letting go, just as spring is the time of new birth, and summer the time of expansion and growth. Fall is the time of the harvest. It is the time to begin the inward journey into the restoring and renewing season of winter. So the sacred landscape wants you to know, when you receive this card, it is time to let go and surrender. Let go of situations, people and objects that do not serve you. Let go of old, outmoded, self-limiting beliefs that drag you down. This is a time of stripping away superficial distractions until you reach who you are at your core. If you are holding on to the old, it is difficult for anything new to come into your life. Begin to clear your home and living environments of clutter. If you don't love it or use it, it is probably clutter. Clear it out. I was going to say it feels like it's just taking up your space. It says clear it out of your space. It's time for a detox. To get ready for the new, you must release the old. You must. It's like it's a must now. Okay. Right, should we go to some tarot cards? Let's have a look at the tarot. Let's go to the... Why are we avoiding the tarot cards? Let's go to the Channel of Love cards then. 20 minutes, 36 seconds already. My heart was palpitating earlier. I noticed it. I was actually at work and it just started. I didn't say anything to anyone. But I picked up, I just felt it was going to start then, but it kind of settled down. Is my heart going to start palpitating again? Panic attacks maybe. Anxiety. Nervousness. Knowing without knowing. It is right on there, knowing without knowing. Oh, that's another thing that I picked up from watching the pre-recommendation to study time. I think I put it something like that. And pre-study time recommendation. She mentioned something about when, because the channeling was coming so quickly, but she could stop it, and then she could like kind of go back, and if she had like forgotten what the exact words were, she would ask she would look up into a blackboard that was in her mind. And that's the first time I've ever heard anyone of like spiritually say regarding like helping like your children to memorize information, and about how I always told my children, look, if you've read it, you've got it in there. But I used to just say, you know, if you've learned it, then you've seen it. I didn't go like on a, if you've received it, if it's a download. Now it's totally different what I tell them to do if they're going into exams. I'll get to that one in a minute if you like. But I used to say to them, so let's say a spelling test. Let's keep it nice and simple, because this is when I'd use it when they were young. So they have their spellings, and lots of different things I used to do with spellings. I would either like separate them and then rewrite them out and stick them on the wall, like maybe one in the toilet, going up the stairs, where they'll pass, just so they could just keep seeing them and familiarising themselves. And on the toilet, you know, you can like daydream a bit, can't you? It's just, that's what I chose to do. And then we would kind of do, you know, obviously practices and see how you get on. Well, I used to first of all just read out the spellings and say write them down. They're like, haven't looked. I said, yeah, I know, but you know, or have a look and then no, you know, write them down. And then second time, they would have to mark them themselves and rewrite it if they got it wrong, and then third time they'd have it. So that's how I do it with that. But when I actually got to like GCSE age, especially Emily, because with Megan I wasn't so aware of this, I would just tell Emily to call the master of that area, ask for their help, whether it's Albert Einstein, he showed up, and William Shakespeare showed up as well. And what was quite funny about Albert Einstein showing up, but I can't remember what exam she had called him for, but somebody asked afterwards why was that question in that exam, like, because it was something, you know, it was to do with like an equation or whatever of Einstein's. So I remember afterwards on the group chat that you could see for other schools taking that, they were like, did anyone else find it really bizarre that that was on there? I was like, not really. And then with William Shakespeare, was it William Shakespeare? Could have been Charles Dickens, one or the other. But my daughter was a bit worried, and then when she went in, she said all the questions were based on the book that I loved the most, who was by that. So, but I used to tell my children anyway, when they were in in any exam, it's like the best thing you can do is lift your head. It's about recalling. If you ask someone to recall a memory, you'll notice what happens to their eyes. It goes up to recall. So you can have a look. Just say, you know, what was your favourite teddy bear as a kid? And their eyes will move, or when they're thinking, some people will look down and up. They have different meanings. I can't remember the different meanings. But I used to say to the children, when you're in a test, you know, lift your head up because you're going to recall better than when you're down. You can't really look up, can you? So, and they used to say to me, have you finished your test? It's like, no. You feel like you're not allowed to lift your head up during an exam. Why? Because you might be cheating. It's just like, yeah, but how else am I going to like recall? So I used to tell them, hello Tia. I used to tell them they said that they had this blackboard in their mind, and if they go up, they would be able to see the answer on there. So you say to them, look into your blackboard, remember to lift your head and check what's wrote on your blackboard. Anyway, can you get through that door? That's an empty box. Are you really going to jump in that box? Do you need me to open the door for you, my baby? Hello? You alright? What are you doing? Are you actually coming in, or do you just want to go and get into the box? I think she just wants the box. She's looking for a box to hide in. Okay. No, without knowing. So now you call on the greats. It's like, it doesn't matter whether you know the information, just call for this person to come forward in your exam. Albert Einstein, please come and assist me today. Thank you very much. And take him in the exam with you. Master Manifestor. You can call on whatever it is that you're wanting to call on. But just remember then, you know, I wanted to say then that becomes your reality, because like if you call on fearful thoughts and the devil and demons and ghosts and, you know, all that kind of stuff that's scary, rather than spirits and angels, you're going to get whatever you put out there, aren't you? Whatever you believe. You're going to see it. You're going to be absolutely right. You see demons and the devil, and well, if you believe you can see them, then you will. If you believe they exist. But sex on legs. Someone wants to manifest some sex. Some sex. Hello. She's sitting in the window waiting. What are you waiting for, darling? She does like to have sex, that cat. I mean, seriously. I've got nothing else to say on that. She does. Let's go to the tarot. I was going to say, just one of the happiest cards in the deck. I mean, the Sun card is the most happiest card in the deck, like for individually, but this is your life. This is a happy life. A happy life is on the cards for you. One that you will want to cherish. Okay. So, I just spoke about the Sun card, which is the masculine's energy, being the most independently happy card in the deck now. This is actually someone who's like tired and they need spiritual strength. So they're struggling to be able to see that. Hey. I think she wants to go out the window. Do you want to go out, darling? I can let you. Would you like to go out? Up on the roof. Did she go down? She can get down from there. It goes down a drop. And there is obviously another building, but it's more of the house. But she seems to be able to get in and out that way. So just let her carry on with that. So it's like kind of you could use the door. So I felt here, like there's a barricade here. Can't see the woods through the trees. For the trees or through the trees. But really, I feel like there's a gap behind him that you can get through. He's blocking his own path at the moment. It's felt like the view's a bit blocked. Because he's feeling a bit weak. Got to release the old so that the new can come in. What is the old that you're hanging on to, though? An old hag is coming through. That's what's coming through. There's a few things you need to get rid of. Look, you've got the Empress here. Yeah, I'm not feeling a great energy from that. It's I mean, she's a lady of leisure, should we say that? But not in a good way. This is somebody that you would have to run around after. But now she's got this microphone up, but it's meant to be a wand. It's like she's kind of saying, did you have something to say? It's a disrespectful energy. Yeah, look. It's not the Ten of Cups, because the old hag is like her at home. So I feel like she might feel at home in this energy. It's but it's a block. So there's a few things. I feel like all these wands are things that need to be removed. And look, I thought this is about, you know, being on guard, being defensive, because it came out like this, as if blocking like anything from interfering with this, but that's not the case. He's got to remove one wand at a time from the barricade. That's what he's doing. There's one. There's another. Well, he's down to like 7. Well, he's down to 6 after he's taken that one out. Down to 8. Down to 6. Dealing with things quickly. Quickly. The Magician. It's like, take another one out. Take another one out. Got all the tools he needs. So that's the Master Manifestor. The Magician's energy. The Fool's learnt the tricks of the trade. And you're being told to deal with this now. It's a must. Deal with this mess. Because until you deal with this mess, you can't turn around and have this 10 of Cups. The 2 of Cups is feminine and masculine together. But this is actually creating home. But if you've got an old, worn out, not necessarily home, but environment, just, it said if you don't love it or use it, then it's probably clutter. I said it's taking up your space, and it's valuable space. Your space is. And if you become out of alignment massively with someone, and you're having all these epiphanies come through, it doesn't matter. You can live in the same house. Your paths will rarely cross because you're not in alignment. Law of attraction. Temperance. Look at the balancing out happening between these 2 cups here. Who's doing it? This is an archangel. The 2 of Cups here has to be blended, masculine, feminine energy. All this other stuff has to be dealt with. It's happening quickly. Because we want to get to the 2 of Cups. That's true, thank you. Okay. That's interesting you actually said that, because I heard that in my mind. Because my mind was drawn to go to the magical unicorn cards, because there's a card that says true. Because I was going to say, and that's true. Not even sure what that was about. Something I said. But the magical unicorns would have clarified that, but I didn't really need it. You did. That's true. Thank you. Thank you. Reading my thoughts. It's expected. Okay. So let's go to the magical unicorns. Not I'm expecting that message to come out. It's already been clarified, but let's have a look and see. Oh, I've got an itchy palm. Oh my goodness, that's so self-satisfying. Roma, today he said he wanted to throw away everything that he doesn't need. It's a must now that they do this. And I'm moving to Paris also. Do you want to see what the card was? The card I was thinking about. The thoughts you picked up on, Roma. True. Yes, what you're asking about is the truth. I said they're a bit afraid for me to... There's an old hag, someone who doesn't have much life, and it's old, outdated, outmoded energy. It's a waste of space. A waste of space that could be taken up with, that space could be... You got the Ten of Cups. Hi, Sherry. Well, what do you fill your space with? Talk about your feelings. Tell a friend how you feel. That's... The whole energy was about talking to the High Priestess and wondering, fearful that you're going to face judgment. I just clicked my fingers, but there's a bit of hair that was wrapped around my... I can just carry on clicking. That's manifestations. And so it is. Why? Because it said so. Love from your parents. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. When Jamie done my reading for me, in the garden, we were trying to find out who the wizard was in my reading that he was doing me. And first of all, a card came out, went onto the floor in reverse. And I said to him, that card always looks like my mum. Because he was like, who's the wizard? And I said, that card always reminds me of my mum, because my mum kind of had black curly hair. Like, that's how I remember her being a younger point in her life. I said, that always looks like my mum. I said, so it's not my mum who's the wizard. It's not my mum. So instead of it telling us who the wizard was, it told us who it wasn't. And then the next one came out. And you can tell by the pictures, because you're like, who is... You know if it kind of resembles someone, it makes you think of someone. And then another one came out. And I went, well, it's not my dad. So it wasn't my mum, and it wasn't my dad who was the wizard. And if you have a look at this, and it says, no matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. But this is a guardian angel coming in. So it's not like your mum and dad have been pulling strings. Well, this isn't down to like them. Okay? This is a guardian angel doing that. So I just found it really intriguing. I did get to the bottom of it. We did get to the bottom of the reading. Oh my goodness. How do I answer her? She wants to know if we need cheese. And she's at the supermarket. I'm going to have to do this, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to go and check to see if we've got any cheese. And then I'll be back, and then I'm going to just freeze for a second while I respond to her. Okay. And then we'll get back to this. So love from your parents. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. But I feel like there's something about this energy here. I mean, your mother and father do love you. But I feel like they're not here on earth to be able to... These are parents that have, like my own, you know, and this is higher than them. It's like they love you as much as they can, but there is this like universal, higher level, unconditional love. I need to go and check on some cheese. I need to check on some cheese. I'm going to check on some cheese. How do I do this? You swipe down or just swipe up? I don't know. I'll be back. You're still there? I was like holding my breath. True, true, true. Paris has been coming through. Why was I thinking of Paris? I was talking about segueing round Paris. I've segued round Paris. I've taken a cookery class in Paris. I've done a Moulin Rouge. What else have I done in Paris? I took a nice evening, kind of a cruise. A boat ride. In Paris. Right, let's carry on for a bit. I checked on my dinner whilst I was gone as well. I've got jacket potatoes. And they're coming on lovely. I just need to like crisp the skin up a bit. I'll do that when I've finished here. Be nice and soft in the middle. A tough skin. Sounds a bit like the Divine Masculine. Nice and soft in the middle, all fluffy, all buttery. Once you get through that tough skin of theirs. What's in my mind, it's like they've had it hard, and then I can see the true card. They have had it hard. They've had a rough ride. Are they at breaking points? Let's have a look at the energy cards. I think they might be. Are they at breaking points? What have we got? Broken heart. Grief and loss. This card shows a heart broken open, revealing darkness, emptiness, and a grief-filled tear. Do you know what's coming through my mind? Don't concern yourself with something that doesn't concern you. Something that's not immediately happening in your sphere of influence. Broken heart. The hurt may be from long ago, or it may be the pain from a more recent event. Either way, a deep healing is called for now. So I spoke about the event plus the response equals the outcome. Vent your feelings and release the person or situation involved. There was a bit of venting of feelings going on when we called the Empress, like the wife and old hag. Haggle was going through then. Affirm that you are reclaiming your power and peace of mind. Open your heart to the light of divine love and healing, and have compassion for yourself through this difficult process. Make self-care a priority now. As you let go of old experiences, you can open your heart to the true and abiding love that you so rightly deserve. You've got this. I'm not going anywhere just yet. But you've got this. All I keep saying is, don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried. I like the fact that they put we. Okay? We know what we are, but know not what we may be. I was going to say you will be magnificent, but it's like we will be magnificent. Mighty magnificent. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. So have we kind of like given up on our goals? Becoming bitter, complacent with like our future thinking. What's possible? Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. I also want to say, like when I was clicking my fingers and I said these are like manifestations that are happening. And why they're happening? Because I say they are. Because I say so. There's a lot of things that I think you may have prayed for that are now like help, support. I just want, you know, when you just say, you know, I just want to be left, I just want some peace and quiet. Ask and you shall receive. You only manifest what you've been thinking. Children can see magic because they look for it. So don't be concerned with the children. There you go. They may have been seeing. They may have been seeing. Because you've got the magician here. So the children may be able to see something that you're not seeing. They might be pointing things out. Like what? I don't know. You are unique. How about that one? That you're different, you deserve more. That's what was coming through. It's not very nice to say to you, is it? That your children think you can deserve better than what... so only God knows, well, and you know what the children are hearing. To kind of think he deserves better than that. Even if they are talking about their own mother. And if people treat you shitty, people are going to notice that. They might keep their opinions to themselves, because I was saying about, you know, if you keep quiet, I mean, should we keep quiet or should we point out to people? That's shit. You don't need to put up with that, and you shouldn't. You're worth so much more. You are unique. So the children see your uniqueness, because they're closer to source, less programming. So you've got to be careful with what you program into them, like the beliefs that you're not only thinking, but what you're living. What lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies inside of you. What lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies within you. And the well-behaved rarely make history. We're here to make some history. Upset some apple carts, so they say. Every day I learn, I improve. Everything is I was going to say everything is visible. It says everything is possible if you've got enough nerve. But then everything is visible if you've got enough nerve. Who's got the nerve to speak up and say? I'm one of them people that would have the... Well, not necessarily. I wouldn't point out to my Divine Masculine. I wouldn't really share my opinion with him. But then he's never asked me to share my opinion about it. That's what I respect. But But everything is possible if you've got enough nerve. Tomorrow you will be unstoppable. Okay, we're going to leave it there to have a ponder on. Overnight. Be there for others, but never leave yourself behind. Never. And I think that's what you've done. Lost sight of your dreams, your goals. Lost sight of who you are. You are unique. That's beautiful, isn't it? I know it. The divine knows it. You know it. You do know if you're unique. I mean, I often wonder if they could ever wrap their heads around it. Well, they're going to have to, aren't they? Funny opinions. I'm learning to shut up and move on. Sumo Time. It's a good book. It's a really good book. One worth investing in. Shut up, move on. Got little images as well. Do you remember them? I always... I don't think I've got the book. I think I might have lent it out. Have we got Sumo here? I loan out books and then people go off radar. It's like I've just given you like the most amazing book and you haven't read it, and now like we're not even talking. Like you haven't come back to me and said, "Oh, I'll give you back that book." It's like you've got my book. It's like, I'll read it. Please read it. I don't care about the book. It's like I hope one day you read it. So that's not here, Sumo. So shut up, move on. But you know, it took me to Rupert Bear. So back in the day, Rupert Bear, like the annual or the storybook, my dad used to draw amazing Rupert Bear. My dad was a really good artist. My dad's in the garden with me when I'm there in Energy, and he's always sitting there sketching. And my mum kind of sits a little bit to the side, a bit away, like kind of staying out of it. Where before, in physical, when she was in a physical vessel, it's like I think my dad once referred to her as always needing to be top dog. That's a story that she told me. That's probably the worst story that she really told me about my dad. And the rest were just like hearsay, rumours. It's like I'm not sure about this. And I'm the kind of person to say, why don't you just ask him what happened? There was a rumour going around once that like I had like other, I don't know, brothers, sisters. But by somebody else, so there'll be half brothers. And not that I was really bothered. And it was like interesting because it was like in my 30s. I thought, I heard this, and I said, I'm sure I heard this rumour when I was younger. So my dad, I never had asked my dad before, but after like my stepmom made her transition, me and my dad would like have quite in-depth conversations. I went to him, can I ask you something? He said, yeah. He go like, yeah, babe, you can ask me anything. That's kind of man my dad still is, still now. Yeah, you can ask me anything. And I said to him, do I like have any other brothers or sisters and that? Did you ever get like... He went, no, I bloody did not. And I said, are you sure? He said, yes, I'm sure. I said, no, there's a rumour. Like this rumour been going around. It's like, no one has actually had the balls to go and actually ask him, hey, what's the deal with that story? Maybe as we get older and a bit more wiser and we're not so fearful about talking about topics. I mean, jeez. He was like, no. So. But a lady did try to trap him, saying that a baby was his, but he's like, the dates did nowhere near work out. The child was not mine. So my dad would have supported the child if it was. I was going to say my dad, but it's completely wrong. I was going to say my dad would have stuck around for the child, but he wouldn't have done. He would have supported the child and been a father. Not that he would have stayed with like the woman because of the child, because my dad did not stay with my mum for us children. They did for a while until they realised it was a bit of a big mistake. So yeah, they did, but it didn't look good. My memories of being a child is my dad sleeping like in the little room, the box room, which would actually be like, it's similar style house. So it'd be, like this room, my dad would, and I would sleep in a bed with my mum, and that was the norm. I never really saw my parents loving towards each other. I never saw them fight either. But, yeah. Anyway, we're going to the Oracle of Shadows and Light. Jeez Louise, what is going on? We've got Mend a Broken Heart Fairy. Healing from heartache, I think. Card number 36. Okay, so about the Mend a Broken Heart Fairy. Here she comes to gather up your heart sore pieces and place a sweet bandage on the place that is most wounded. And this one tender gesture does more to heal you than could 1,000 years of therapy. It's time for small kindnesses to be received, for you to know that the little gifts of friendship and sweetness are the ones that will assist you most at this time. Allow yourself to be treated gently, to be attended to with kindness, and to be hugged. Allow yourself to accept that this is a time when you need to take good care of yourself. You are healing and on the mend, but do not undo her medicine by forcing yourself to hurry up and get over it. The Mend a Broken Heart Fairy speaks. You have been hurt, and this heart feels bruised to me. It may have been what is called a lover's quarrel or unrequited love. It may have been a breakup, and it may be that an adventure in love has turned harsh. But I'm here to help you mend, and I will not let your broken heart bleed. I will wash, clear, heal, balance, and place the bandage over the wound, protect, and send you the healing that means deep, restful sleep and peace return to you. I want you to take it easy on the path of love for now. Soon you will feel your vitality return, but for now, it's a time of rest. So I feel this is the angel coming in here, look. I will wash, and in brackets it says clear, heal, balance, and place the bandage over the wound, protect. When you have heartache, it is important to treat yourself well. Take time away from the flurry of shoulds you are so often confronted with. Why not take some time to snuggle on the couch with a favourite old movie and have a sniffle? Have a long, comforting bath, and be sure to make a promise to yourself to let close people who are worthy of your love. It is not about being bitter or guarded, but you are a sensitive and tender, sweet being, and some people are just not. So now is not the time for harshness. Soft blankets, sweet dreams, long baths, and a reduction of the harsh energy, harsh, and a reduction of the harsh energy around you are best. The Mend a Broken Heart Fairy can fly, then the Mend a Broken Heart Fairy can fly in to soothe you. You will feel her presence, and she will lift the pain until all that is left. Low power mode. Time to rest, yeah. Then the Mend a Broken Heart Fairy can fly in to soothe you. You will feel her presence, and she will lift the pain until all that is left is sweet, gentle wisdom. Page number 133. Christ consciousness number, the journey of love. You're to take it easy on the journey of love for now, from now on. No more harshness. 1 hour. Okay, so it's gone 9 o'clock, hasn't it? Let's get this wrapped up. Oh, we've got the Mother Mary. I will finish with a message from the Mother Mary. Have I used all the cards? Would you like me to put my hat on? Will it make you smile? It's not even my hat. It's Emily's hat. But I do like it. I think I might put it on because it kind of, I think it's like... Oh, that's nowhere, Lucy. That's like, why it's a foggy... There it is. I'm a bit tired. My eyes hurt now. What do they say? They say to women, don't they? You have to kiss a lot of frogs to find your prince. I've done my fair share of kissing. Okay. Over the years. Shall I look at the journey of life? My goodness. Outside it's just like there's a... I don't know what that is. I don't remember it being there, but there's some kind of container. It's like bright orange, like this colour. Oh, it's our mascot, look. I completely got his name wrong. I am not repeating it. I told the children. They went, you did not call him that. And I said, I did. They said, Mum, seriously. Anyway. His name's Pom Pom Purin. Oh, he gave me the same hat. Are you serious? Are you like serious? With a what? A cappy bra. What's a cappy bra? 1 week ago. Oh, it's a Christ flame. Card number 31, but I picked up the energy of 133, Christ consciousness. 100%. All the signs are coming in for you, aren't they, Roma, this evening? And what's interesting, if you look at his eyes and that, it's so green here, you see. I'm just taking to like the colour of them. Oh, actually, today I bumped into somebody that I haven't seen since I left my last place of work. That's because they're my last place of worship. Okay, I left. Found somewhere else to worship that was worthy of it. Okay, I've taken up my time and filling my space. Anyway, so I bumped into somebody that I used to work with. I was standing, I was waiting outside because I'd ordered myself like a, they call them cobs, a roll, a bap, a cob, you know, sandwich, a roll. I was waiting for it to be made. And he kind of went past, but it was the fact he came up really close and he was like, wow, what colour are your eyes? He said, they're so green. And it's just like, he becomes a bit mesmerised by me. But, yeah, I think he was pleased to see me. But he mentioned, like, the colour of my eyes. I suppose it was like the sunlight was, yeah. Well, I was outside in the sunshine waiting for my roll to be specially prepared for me. 31. Let's read this message. Within you burns the flame of the Christ. Beyond religion, this flame belongs to all hearts willing to receive the divine, opening to it as a lover would open the heart to receive the beloved. Though the awakening of the Christ within brings greater closeness to the divine, and therefore greater love and depth of compassion, it too can bring sadness, righteous anger, and a passionate need to contribute passionate healing action and change in the world. You may be an introspective soul who does this through mastering their inner world with meditation and yoga, raising your own vibration with absolute intent that this bring healing to the world around you. You may be an extroverted soul that thrives in sharing messages and living a life of dynamic action in support of the causes that are worthy and moving to your brave heart, capable of feeling divine outrage and responding with inspired action. You may be a combination of these soul types and choosing wisely what you consume, which companies you support, which television you do or do not watch, and what you read, voting for the life you want to have around you in the world through your actions, internal and external. This is the Christ flame. I want to call it the one flame. This is the Christ flame igniting within you, setting the world aflame with the fire of divine love. This oracle brings guidance that you are connecting with the universal Christ consciousness, and your heart is meant to awaken as a sacred heart, bearing the Christ flame of divine love this lifetime. You are part of the wave of awakening happening on the earth now, and you are exactly where you're meant to be and doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. Keep going. Okay, here's the poem. Love is more than words can define. It is a feeling which wells up inside and longs for release. It is a smile which starts in my heart and spreads across my face like a silly grin. It is a knowing so deep in my being that every cell speaks in a language only lovers know. And most of all, it is the beginning, the birth, the possibility, the promise of a tomorrow, the hope that grows into something we can only imagine when hearts combine and love becomes more. And you've got to remember that tomorrow you will be unstoppable. Just makes things so much lighter. What are we reading? Mother Mary. Hi Blue Sky, how are you doing? Hi Cynthia darling. Yay, catch you before closing the reading. I know, it's been a good reading. I think it's been a good... See, I can't even remember what the reading's been about. Yeah, I think we picked up from last time. Just read the cards, don't I? I don't hang on to the story. It's like they were personal readings. I can remember bits and pieces if I need to, but I don't really need to, do I? It's just put it out there because it's like continuous situations coming through. So there's a lot to sift through. A capybara. Oh, capybara. It looked like it was a capybara. I thought it was some kind of like nice sexy underwear or something. I just wondered, alright. Is that say a capybara? It's a rodent. It is a rodent. He gave me a plushie. How cute. So Cynthia, yay. Cynthia, why are we all like capitalised? It's important. Catch him before closing the reading. Whoa, shouting unnecessary. There you go, yeah. What's that about? I did say a little while back I'm not going anywhere just yet. I do have dinner in the oven, but I have asked people, others, to watch the potatoes. And they're cool. They're quite capable and competent. Cynthia, hiya mama. Lovely collective. Roma, I'm going to wear the right now. Looking for... Oh, you're going to wear it right now. Do it. Join me. Got another one downstairs. Keep forgetting to bring it up. But I think Pandora will be present when we do that one. Hi, Anthony. You like the hat? Yes. My daughter's hat. It's cool, isn't it? It's different. Awesome. Anyway, yeah. I think it's been all the foggy years, like thinking, what do we do about this girl? What do we do about this girl? Oh, do you know what happened? I smelt them. Have you ever been like, well, I'm sure you all have. If you go swimming and you get water up your nose, like the chlorine and that, you get a funny here, don't you? Like your nose feels all congested. I've been sneezing a lot today, but I feel that's just like a lot of blessings coming in, like proper deep felt blessings. But that smell, well, it does, it has a smell, doesn't it? It kind of, you can smell it and it blocks it here, and it's just one of those things you get when you're going swimming, I think. Cynthia, I'll be rewatching at some point once you do log off. Okay. How your day? How's my day been? Yeah. it's been good. But it has been good. It hasn't been a bad day. It has been good. Yeah, it's been good. Yeah. I've been like eating a lot of chocolate crisps today. I feel like I haven't really done much today. I've been pottering around, to be honest with you. Work, it was like, you know, if you just want to nip out, just nip out, get a bit of sunshine, go and get something to eat. I've seen actually today, because I come home to one as well, like I've been doing personal readings as well for like youngsters, well they're 20. So my daughter's friends, I've had 2 of them like within a week, so that's something that, yeah, something's in the air, you know, the youngsters are coming for some tarot and talk, and, which is nice. But I'm bumping into people that I used to work with. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them today, and yeah, which is quite nice. Catching up with them. It's like every time I nipped out of work, it's like it was purpose so that I could just bump into, yeah, ex-colleagues, but friends. So Cynthia burning. That's interesting. When was this? When was I? Last night. Absolutely burning up. I mean, seriously, I ate my dinner. I felt like I was sweating buckets. I was like, I need to just go outside. Ate the dinner, and outside when it was burning. Cynthia, many health insurance brokers seem to be all merging into one. That's interesting. Immense one here in Canada, at least I've noticed. Yeah, and you got to like, yeah, pick up on that. The only thing I can really, which isn't like great news, but it seems that especially like within my county, should we say that, within my county there's been some incidents. I don't know whether or not it would have hit your news, I'm not sure, but we had some like stabbings here in the city. Like 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 students, and then like the caretaker to the college, and then 3 people were kind of rammed in a bus stop, you know, like a car, van, whatever. But it's hard to actually, this morning, because at work we have the radio on, but I can kind of tolerate it, but I'm seeing the sinks. And then the other day it was on a tram, knives, and it's like, what? I had to turn it off this morning. I put in some soul music. That's seriously what I played in the shop today. It was like under the counter, I like this. Put my own music on. I turned off the radio. My colleague came on, I said, you know, I said, you can turn the radio on. I couldn't handle just listening to that. So freaking opinionated. You know, this is what we live in, so we have to like, well, we have to learn how to not allow it to affect us. But it's just kind of like shocking. So that's something that I've noticed. And then yesterday, a car just in flames, like, because we live quite near a dual carriageway. So, and like it goes from London to Scotland. And so when there's an accident on there, it can be a bit of a nightmare. It can block it off. And this kind of town gets full up because we've got 2 entrances to that, or exits. So if they know it's blocked, they kind of try and come off here, but then they block whatever. But yeah, that fire. And then I said about the children said that fire, like there was alarms, fire alarms, I'm saying that. But there was a car that was on fire. Just shit like that. I don't know if I'm hearing about it more because I'm listening to the news. I mean, I don't know, because I wouldn't put the news on myself, or so very much paradoxal shifts in terms of the, does that say B system? We're saying evening, it has many of our clients upset and out of touch, or they seem to, at the very least. I think it will pass. Right, let's finish with a Mother Mary card. Okay, Our Lady of New Vision. Card number 16. Has anyone else started A Course in Miracles? I mean, you have to like really pay attention to it. Just inquiring. It's just an 11-hour course to go with. I plan on listening to it first. And then, because I think as you get into it, I think there's a workbook. I think there's one even for like teachers, the students, and there's one for students. Anyway, it's, I don't know. I'm just listening to it. Like, I don't know what we get up to. Because I haven't got to that part of the book yet. Or the audio. It's getting a bit dark in here, so shall we either turn some light on? Let's just turn the lights on. Are you ready? Because it might be bright. I'm just going to cover my eyes a bit. Jeez. Let the eyes, I bet the pupils are well dilated. Oh no, dilated means when they go small, aren't they? Well, what are they? Dilated when they're big? Cynthia, do you know that one? What's the difference to dilation? Annihilation. I don't know where that's coming from. Can we read this card? Our Lady of New Vision. Card number 16. That's interesting. The next card's Our Lady of Truth. But let's read about Our Lady of New Vision. I place my sacred eye. 2 of them. Oh, come on. I place my sacred eye opened in your heart so that you may see. Let go of small dreams and become receptive to fresh vision. My eye in your heart sees great beauty. Can you see the new vision emerging? Now is the time to dare to dream and to pray boldly and with conviction that the most beautiful vision you can receive will come to life in service to all. There comes a time in our life when new vision is required. Perhaps what we have once imagined would fulfill us has been experienced and we are ready for something new. Or perhaps old dreams have not manifested as we thought that they would, and there is a reason for that. The vision was incomplete or in need of adjustment. There are plenty of times in life when we have to grow to meet the vision. Sometimes, however, the vision has to grow in order to be worthy of us. Our Lady of New Vision tells us that the vision we once were holding for ourselves is not all that it could be. She tells us we can benefit ourselves and others by opening up and preparing to receive a greater vision, believing absolutely that it can and will manifest through her holy grace in service to all. If you are confronted with issues of self-worth, right, I've noticed twice now, because this is page 76 and 77, and I had that with another card. I'm going to find it because otherwise it's going to bother me. Maybe it was cause and effect. Oh no, it wasn't a rain, that's 2. It wasn't that one. Maybe it was release. That's one of them. What number am I looking for? 76, 77. Yeah, I was born 77. If you are confronted with issues of self-worth, then you may believe that this guidance means your vision should become smaller. But in all likelihood, it is actually the opposite that is required of you. I know we're getting tired, we're nearly there. Build a vision that is more open, more generous, more supportive and more involving of those around you. Whether you know your soul tribe, so whether you know your soul tribe now or are waiting to attract and be attracted to those, can we just like fluently read it? Okay, let's talk about law of attraction, isn't it? Whether we'll attract it or we'll be attracted to. Just before the live, I was wondering about the meaning of full stop. End of. End of sentence. Full stop. Done. So whether you know your soul tribe, now, I think you know who your soul tribe are now. Like it's us, isn't it? The ones that wear the weird frog hats. They're not. It's cool. It's unique. Come on. "81 minutes and 18 seconds. Okay. Gonna have to get this message out. Whether you know your soul tribe now or are waiting to attract and be attracted to those souls who will assist you on your life path, holding the vision is like flicking the light switch on. It makes you energetically more visible and magnetic to those who are going to assist you, calling them into your life path. Then you can assist them too, helping them fulfill their spiritual destiny. Holding a vision of lightness and happiness can benefit all. If you are aware of a budding vision and have been holding back, perhaps thinking it is too much, then shed your doubts and open your heart to it. Do not concern yourself with how it can happen. When a vision comes from the heart as inspiration, it is the Holy Mother whispering to you in imagery, speaking of what will be, if only you allow her to flow through you so that you may become all that you are destined to be, which is a manifestation of miraculous grace. There is nothing that is too simple or too grand. What matters is not the scope of the vision, but that it has enough of your heart in it to move you, to prompt you to pray with all your being for her help to manifest it. I picked up the energy. You've been praying for this. You prayed for help. Let the vision shimmer into light and life through your prayer and her assistance. If you are not aware of the vision as yet, then be open to receive the sacred knowledge of where to focus your intention, your desire, and your energy. No matter whether you are waiting for your true vision or your heart has already shown you what it wishes to manifest, this oracle comes with a message for you. This is your time to pray, to receive, and to act on your intuitions and instincts, no matter how small they may seem to be. The Divine Mother is a genius of manifestation, and she will have her creations come to life through the simplest and most ordinary of steps that somehow combine to manifest extraordinary beauty. If you cannot see yet, trust that she sees and is guiding you towards receiving and realizing the new vision. It is a time for inspiration and hope. It is time to dream and receive, knowing that what is dreamed now is under the blessing of the Holy Mother. Okay, let's finish with this healing process and affirmation. Sit quietly and focus on your breath. On each inhalation, imagine that you can follow the breath deep into your belly. On each exhalation, imagine that the breath rises up as a wave of light into your heart. Repeat this gentle breathing meditation for several moments. Then within your heart, imagine, sense or feel that there is a beautiful, large, feminine eye blinking gently and opening. That eye is as large as the world. Imagine, sense or feel that you can see through that eye, and you may see many possibilities before you. You may sense colours or scenes, symbols or feelings, or it may seem like you don't sense anything at all. Just be at peace with whatever happens for you. Now imagine that you can look down at that eye in your heart, and it looks back at you with utter love and devotion. Receive that love freely. Imagine that a flash of light is released from that eye straight into your mind. This is a blessing of the Mother, a blessing that you may receive a vision, to be empowered to bring the new vision that you already have access to into life. Silently, in your mind or aloud, say, "For the greatest good, may it be so." Be peaceful in this moment, and when you are ready, complete your healing process with this following prayer of affirmation, repeated three times, out loud if possible. Mother Mary, Our Lady of New Vision, blesses me now with insight from deep within the Sacred Heart. All resources, opportunities, synchronicity, and assistance that are needed to bring the Holy Vision into manifest reality are bestowed upon me. With a grateful heart, I allow this to happen through me, through my own free will. So be it. Mother Mary, Our Lady of New Vision, blesses me now with insight from deep within the Sacred Heart. All resources, opportunities, synchronicity, and assistance that are needed to bring the Holy Vision into manifest reality are bestowed upon me. With a grateful heart, I allow this to happen through me, through my own free will. So be it. Mother Mary, Our Lady of New Vision, blesses me now with insight from deep within the Sacred Heart. All resources, opportunities, synchronicity, and assistance that are needed to bring the Holy Vision into manifest reality are bestowed upon me. With a grateful heart, I allow this to happen through me, through my own free will. So be it. So be it. Guys, I love you all dearly. I've clicked the 10% marker, so I'm just going to try and finish reading your comments. I saw you wearing this hat. I really loved it. Never told him about it, yet I received it. The Divine Mother. I Google what is meaning of spiritual full stop. It led me to an article about Shakti and Divine Feminine. Shakti is the Kundalini, isn't it? Wow. Okay. Guys, I'll catch up with you soon. So until then, take care. Much love. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.